right? So these heathens, as you were just say, it was a test run, right? So they already knew that they're gonna have two-thirds in a bag, because it goes back to the scripture in Wisdom of Solomon, right? The Lord knows, just like the Lord, the souls of the righteous is in the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, right? So that is why they gunning for two-thirds jakes now. They also going to do the elect whatever they could, in that sense. As the scripture said, they're going to catch us in prisons, and they're going to do all these things unto us, right? So I'll bring all this quick piece up here. 2 Thessalonians 2. Let's move on to this 2. Nice. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 3. And it says, let no man deceive you by any means. Right? These jakes, they have been deceived when that time or that pandemic came, and they said, come, this will help you and build up your immune system, and when the sickness come, you wouldn't get it. They was deceived. Look at how much that so-called vaccination, right? What would have happened? Look how much people it killed. Look how much people died after taking it. Who got blood clot, who got heart attack, and so forth.
Yeah, it had fit men, young fit men in the prime of their life dying from certain diseases you would only find with old people.
That's right.
People who are unhealthy, who are unfit. Right. Them going and they get deceived. Right? And they were now making mention for them to try and attempt to get them had up oppression. If you can remember back in that time, right, the level of pressure they gonna have upon them in face a level of pressure in the fall. Right? Them two takes just a little bit of pressure. Not much, not great tribulation come them way, because that prophesied to come. But the level of tribulation they facing that time, and to make them take that vaccine, it was a little to nothing. Right? So you don't know what's gonna happen to them when great tribulation come, them gonna fold up like paper.
That's right. Continue, it says, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Right? Who's that? Who's that man of sin? Who's that son of perdition? Esau Edom. We know that the things he have in his mind is so vile when it comes to the Lord's children. Because when they check it out, would they say who they wanted to go first? Go to first. They wanted to go to the Israelites first. They wanted to help us first, so-called help us first with this pandemic. Knowing well in their mind, they basically want to start this great culling, this great to take off.
Massacre.
Yeah, this great massacre. Right? How much they say? 7 million, 6 million people they want to kill. And this
Not billion.
billion, Salakia, my bad. Right? This is what the agenda is.
Quick piece of thought you know, say
Good up.
in Psalms 15 and 20, thou sittest and speakest against thy own brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. So that is what he should be doing. Going up against his brother, saying all this, but I only saw be doing going up against his brother and slander and him saying this about his brother, saying that about his brother. And when he not slander him, lying to him, telling him, well, this will help you, that will help you. But he has never done anything to help the Israelites. Even when you go to you get a really good book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse, I think that is 40, no? Yeah, Genesis 27. Yeah, can. In Genesis 27 verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So that is what Esau gonna do. Kill his brother. Even if you understand it, Esau is Cain and Cain is Esau in the reincarnation. When Esau was Cain, he do? He slay his brother.
That's
right?
right.
They will aim to what? Take the righteous seed out of the earth.
Can.
And a precept back there because all of this leading, in the quest for me, as the title of the video is, carry every soul to the cover free bodies, right? In the quest for that, right, you know they have how you say, a device which you're gonna use, which you're gonna try and use to come and, gather up the elect because what I
Ooh, you're probably
yeah, it is
21 man.
that device which you're using to come and which surrounded around buying and selling according to the prophecy that is also going to be used, and again these are a tracking device, a device to number the people, right? But it's also going to be a device which going to control the neurons within your brain.
That's right.
They're gonna basically, if you watch certain shows, right, it's like they plan to upload their brain to a fucking a digital cloud, right? Yeah, if you ever watch the anime Pantheon, you'll see.
Upload, I believe also. Upload a link or something.
I can't remember. It has so much rated name, right? They're telling us Psalm 64 and 8, right? That own tongue will fall upon the side. They're doing it through the movies, right? And they have a device out there to try and do that. It's already out there because they Psalms 21 and 11 here. For they intend evil against thee, they imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform, right? So they want to bring out that device, mark you, and then ultimately have full control of your body, right? But that's not gonna happen to the elect, right? Because as the brother make mention of it, paraphrase it, but I think it's wisdom by Solomon 3.
That's right.
The souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Lord, and they shall no evil touch them.
That's right. Yeah, and when it say for the intended evil against thee, who that thee is and who is they? They is Esau Edom, also these wicked nations also, but mainly Esau Edom, right? And a mischievous device is what the brother just brought it out, right? That MOTB, that brain chip, because you know right now these heathens fixed on implants, this implant, that implant, brain implant. You understand? They so feel that they're gonna make it easier. Well, you so feel they're gonna make it easier for you. Let me say, the Lord make you dumb. The Lord make you deaf. The Lord make you blind. But no, well, here comes Esau Edom with his big word, convenience, trying to make it better, make your life easier. You thinking, all right, I was blind, he gonna make me to see, go back to the miracles.
Yeah, against Revelation 13 and 14.
Can.
And deceived them. So I can read from 12. And he did great wonders, so that he make it fire come down from heaven in the earth in the sight of men. And deceived them that dwelt on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by his sword, and did live.
Right, and these miracles they're doing, because if you check it out, you coming to that go back to I think Brother Kala was talking about it, that he saw he don't come to some nation who was talking like that, and he said it in banging, right? An African nation, people they come to, right, and they bring these things to them, right, this technology to them it will be like a miracle because they never see it in their life, right? So same thing in right now, you make somebody who was blind and able to see now is like a miracle, and that is exactly what they're doing, and they're achieving through their devices.
Because yeah, but that's a bit more that point because that video I was meaning to watch I don't know this brother, I don't know his name, Salah. I know if he's a thing is GMS Contrition is key guy. He name my channel, right? And he would bring out how what health is going to be used to usher in MOTB. Right? It's one of the recent videos where he dropped. It could be about any last 5 videos if you want to check it out, right? And the brother now make mention of it. Convenience is one of the things they're going to promote to you as a way to come and take this.
That's right.
So they're gonna come at it as what convenience watch. Your money does get steal, you can lose your man care they were going on. They put this in there, that can't go nowhere. So always have your money on you. Yeah, unhealthy, right? You want to monitor your heart rate, you want to keep, your health in check. You don't want to go by a doctor, don't worry, you can track that using that. Right? your contactless payments, all of these things, ID, everything they're gonna bottle up into that one device and mask it under convenience, mask it under the miracle help you out.
And next thing they're gonna do too, make the population easy the same because most men don't do this already. Men so lazy them don't want to freaking open a door by turning the knob. So they say, you know what? You can open that by just paying your hand so boom, that door open.
That's right. And let me show you. I just want to say something because think about it. Gradualism,
Yeah,
right?
but I do
Gradualism, right? When I check it out, these simple little implants they're showing you. Hey, that's a chip to put in your hand. That's a the palm, put your palm across and scan on Amazon. You'll be able to purchase stuff. Right, you walk in China, you just pick up and go to where you want to go. They don't see your face and they don't know facial recognition, they don't know who it is and who bank account to take it out of. Same with if you go on Samsung, it has something called Health, Samsung Health. When you go into iPhone also, I believe it has something called Health also. Right, where you can put on you have your iPhone watch or your Samsung watch, it measures your heart rate, every single thing. So the same nigga like as your brother just said, they gonna say right, you don't have to go to the hospital unless it's dire. If you find your blood sugar low, it tell you this, they might test your blood, whatever. You understand, your sugar low because it is implanted into you. So this is how they gonna draw you in. But what the scripture say, be not deceived. Right? Let no man deceive you. Right? When it comes with the so-called miracles, don't let them deceive you because why? We know we have Yahweh Hashem Shai and what he told us, how he told us to live. This is the way how he told us to live. So we don't need these heathens.
I have a precept back home.
Go that.
It's Isaiah 33 and verse 6, right? And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai is his treasure. When you go into they say what the stability of thy times, what them times speaking about the 6 trouble, we heading into Jacob trouble right now.
That's
when
right.
times dire, you carry, right? You never place to rest your head consistently, right? You know, that whole Jacob trouble is certain basically we let's call it have a word. When dystopian, when society gets out of dystopian state, right? What you gonna do in that time? You're gonna hope because that's another way they're gonna present the MOTB to you as a way how to get out of that situation. Right? They're gonna present the MOTB as your way of salvation, but we know say what? And the strength, the wisdom and knowledge we have in these scriptures. This is going to be the strength of our salvation.
That's right.
Our trust in the Lord is going to save us. Right. That we trust in the Lord is going to save. We're not going to rely on Esau technology, right? Because we already know we had the knowledge, right?
That's
it was
right.
expounded unto us, right? Welcome back.
It's two I read from. I read from boom. I read from 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee, or that I be right and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest he fall.
See what? This is what I'm gonna maintain us in that day. We trust in the Lord, right? His mercy.
I think it's 2 Peter 2 and 10. He that trusts in the Lord shall not fall or fail. The 2 Peter 2 and verse 10, I believe it is. No, not verse 10. Not 2 Peter. Yeah, 2 Peter 1 and 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your call and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall.
Right, so you want to be in a good estate now with the Lord, right? The Lord command you to go out there, preach and prophesy, to do his videos daily, right? So if you do your part of the bargain now, the Lord going to maintain you in that time. The scripture says the Lord is not unrighteous if he let your labor of love when you have labor, right? So this is what we doing here. This work here is what we doing to make sure we get in that time. You don't need this, so you don't.
I'm on your pay. It's 2 from verse 8. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
Exactly. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Right? So, we pushing towards our ultimate reward, of course, to get on them chariots and get out of here. But, it have a time coming when we're going to need stability, right? We're going to need the rod and the staff of the Lord, right? To keep you stable in that time. And the Lord promised to provide that unto us so long as we do this work now, right?
You that fear the Lord hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did ye ever despise that called upon him?
All rhetorical questions, right? Because nobody ever sought the Lord diligently and with all his heart and didn't find him. Nobody ever put his trust and abide in the fear of the Lord and was forsaken or confounded. Nobody ever get despised 100%. They believe in the Lord and call upon him for salvation. That never happened. Look through the scriptures. That's 66 books, right, in the regular KJV and the Apocrypha. Look, read through everyone. Yeah, look through, read through everyone. See if anybody that fear, who they 100% fear the Lord. 100% trust in the Lord. Right? 100% that abide in the fear of the Lord and faith in the Lord and was confounded. That never happened.
That's right. All his Lord's servants he provided for. Every single one of them.
For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction.
Beautiful. Time of affliction coming upon the earth, the Lord is going to save. Right.
Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Warn him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
Right, so that the lot of these 2 things on the mount here. You didn't believe any prophets or some prophesying and preaching, you're not going to be defended. At the end, will be all of your life.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And eventually what are going to lead to? Because 2 ways are be presented the time for you. Well, actually 3, because in second I just say what? That is straight way, then that the left and the right hand side. Left is water, right hand is fire, and then straight way to just what suffering and pestilence, not pestilence, suffering until what you reach the door. Right, and gotta walk through. I'm gonna get out real quick. The second is just boom, boom, boom. Second is just 7 and 9. 7 total. The second is just 7. I read from 3. And he said, speak unto my power. Then said unto me, then said he unto me, the sea set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case the entrance more narrow, but put the case the entrance more narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
Right, so this is a trying time about to come upon the Lord, upon the earth, which Israel wants to capitalize upon. Never say when they say don't let a good disaster go to waste. I believe it's a disaster is the word they use, and they want to use this great disaster as prophesied by the men of the Lord, as spoken of by the Lord. Are going to come upon the earth to usher in the MOTB.
That's right.
The body, how you say the body's a man, as the title of the video goes into.
That's a real nice scene, because the agenda is order out of chaos, right? So that disaster, good at.
Continue, but you give me Habakkuk 2 from 4.
To that disaster that is about to happen, right? That they're gonna make that disaster and turn it all around and bring and usher in for their NWO.
The agenda. They know here the second is just 7 and 6. There's also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, right, as if there were fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
And that is what happening to the elect walk in that part right now. Right, the elect, the truth is gone, they walk in the part also, but they either jump to the left or they jump to the right. You understand? Right, they're gonna be consumed. Right, that's when they're gonna be caught. And all these plagues and all these as they say, a million ways to die, 1,000 ways to die, choose one. That is what's going to happen to these wicked jakes. But the elect now will go and stay on that narrow path, right? Go and stay in a straight path. Continue on.
And only one part between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be but one man go there at once. If the city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass through the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Can.
Verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. So that will gonna happen. That day gonna be presented to you. Alright. Take this here and get to eat. Get to friggin' live fancy, get all the gold and whatever. Or don't take this and you're gonna throw your ass in prison. Don't take this, you might kill your son. Don't take this, you will kill your wife. Don't take this, you will behead your brethren in front of you. And
That's
the
right.
black man when I see this and straight face, go ahead. Go ahead. The Lord have greater riches to me, and he will be going and kill. As they say it in 2 Maccabees 7. We know our end is immortality, but you go and die. Can't remember what piece of that. I think that's verse 19. And yes, you get out 2 Maccabees.
Right, and when I check it out, that is basically trying, as the scripture says, as gold is tried in a furnace, right? So that is how the elect is going to be tried through these perilous times, right? Through these times that of Jacob's trouble, where the day of the Lord, the elect will be saved.
Let me see. 2 Maccabees. Yeah, it's 2 Maccabees 7 and 34. But thou, O godless man, of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty Power, who seeth all things. For our brethren who now have suffered a short pain are dead under power's covenant of everlasting life, but thou through the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai shall receive just punishment for thy pride.
So this what we going through is basically just but for a moment, as Paul said, right? This here is every tribulation or every single pain we go through in this life, that is basically a short while, right? So we really fight not because we know that every single thing we do in here right now, we do it for a just cause, we do it for a greater recompense of reward, as it says in Hebrews 10:35. Hold fast your confidence, right? Hold fast your faith in your Yahweh and Yeshua, because this is going to give you a greater reward. We ain't looking to get no riches in this place, right? We don't want to be riches in this place. We don't want to be benefit in this place. You want to benefit in the kingdom. That is why we seek. So God.
As I think the Apostle Paul said, one to them that have got their riches on this side.
That's right. We want to be riches in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why we seeking those things above, right? We looking to go and sell our bodies to Esau, Edom. Going back to the topic of the video, right? They don't want they can't get our souls, so they want our bodies, right? But not me. Not us, Esau. We our body, our temple is the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Right? And we reserve it for the Lord. Hopefully we be part of the elect.
Then as I read the Habakkuk 2:4. They ultimately saw planning as well.
That's right.
Habakkuk chapter 2 from verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him, Salah, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
That's right.
But the just shall live by faith.
They call Esau the most profane man, the most profane God.
Right. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine.
All these false philosophies, God.
Right. He's a proud man. He that keep it at home. He enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
And the amount of wickedness he is there, I can't satiate him. You want to do more and more and more.
That's right. He always want more. He always want to extend his reach. He always want to extend his power. Right.
the Lord give you the two things early and dream. Them at you will kill whoever you are with them, but he still wanna come and try and mark the and so.
Come on, what you going with also with Greenland? What I was saying, hey, you want this land, we have to get this land. Why these wicked heathens so evil? Why you just want and never full?
Yeah.
Continue.
But God will unto him all nations, and he put unto him all people.
Why is what he want to do? Well, he want to make sure he have full control
That's right.
over everybody and everything. You can't turn left and you fucking know that.
Yeah, that
You can't
man
turn right and you fucking know that.
the second Thessalonians, the second chapter say about him.
God complex.
He wanna have this power and authority at the Most High, but he's not the Most High. And madness.
A quick precept to that. The power and the authority of the Father, Ezekiel 18:4. Behold, all souls are mine. As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. And after that,
Yeah, pa.
the soul that sinneth, it shall die.
That's right. And hey, that is show you fight this because I was that same piece was in my mind earlier on. I was like, yeah, you trying to tell me you can't hold something that you can't hold. You understand? You can hold the body, right? And that is show Dread Esau Edom is and to the also did I experiment back then that the weight of our body, the weight of the weight of our body and the weight of the spirit, right? So what it did, I don't know if they basically kill the person on the weight and the person die and had them on a scale and they check the weight of the soul of the spirit, so yeah. When they say when the person die, right, the body did weigh less.
Oh,
That is true. Go back to Esau, Edom and the diligent search. If you get the precept before Babakasha, go back to Esau and the diligent search because they basically searching every single thing in the face of the earth. But let's quick precept here.
Like Ezekiel accomplish a diligent search.
Wait a long time.
Right. There's Psalms 64:6. They search out iniquities. There's Psalms 64:6.
As a matter of fact, bring only Ezekiel 28:1 first.
Ezekiel 28:1. The word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yeshai came unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus say the Lord Yahweh Shem Yeshai power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am power, I sit in the seat of power, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not power. Though thou set thine heart as a heart of power, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
Right, and that is show how these wicked heathens mind is. Right, they sit it, as it also say it in 2 Thessalonians, right, 2, right, these wicked heathens and them, they want to come into it. I'm matter of fact, let me get it one time.
Verse 4.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4, and it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power or that is worship, so that he as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. So that is what's going with these heathens right now. They want, how are they going to sit in the temple of Yahweh Shem Yeshai? Via these brain chips, via these implants. So when they come,
That part, I need to sit on the cranium.
come on.
They want to sit on the cranium, right?
God.
Yeah, that is.
So when they come and you basically giving them control. I did a video a while back also with a dream of look, I believe it's a heathen, right? A Edomite, but it could be a Jake, you never know, right? The dream the guy had was basically he given the person on the phone control of his mind so he go and get like superhuman thinking, like AI thinking on the spot because he was a banker and he said that make him be able to make more money and the same money making for the whole week or for the whole year, I believe, according to show, you can mimic it basically a bit of a second, right? So you giving them control of your mind, you giving them authority to come into the Lord's vessel.
I will tell you because it's saying the temple of the Lord, right? The temple of the Lord,
Can.
Revelation 22, Psalm 21 and 3. And a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh Bashem Yoshai is with men.
That's right.
Tabernacle and temple is what the place where a king does dwell.
That's right.
So the Lord will be dwelling with the people that now Esau want control of that because you know he can't get the boat right. He know he get the boat right. He can't get her back. And at this point, I can't remember which brother said. I think it's brother Calab said. He didn't want the boat right no more. He just want to fuck up Jacob. That's all he want to do right now. Just fuck up Jacob. If he get the boat right, if he get so big that he just want to fuck up Jacob.
That's right. Continuing, it says, Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now ye know that with what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Right? The Lord is revealing, he lifting up the skirt of all these heathens, he revealing them with his prophets, we letting you know, hey, this is that freaking devil, that big demon.
The scripture say, I will make Esau obey.
That's right, he made Esau obey. And these other nations also seeing him for who he is.
Isaiah, the 14th chapter.
That's right. Continue verse 7, and it says, For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. The Lord is in control of this whole scenario. This is the Lord's movie. He is the director. He is the person who put in all these chess pieces on the board and making all the moves. Right? These spirits coming and whispering in Esau Edom head. Right, this now is the time to establish the mark of the beast. Hey, push the button now. Vladimir Putin, push the button now.
Esau head shaking so much, he listening to these spirits and thinking he will win or not.
Yeah, can.
We see the scripture make mention of the Most High deceive that not if you're a prophet, be deceived. The Most High deceive that. No, the Most High deceiving everybody. You deceiving.
That's right.
You deceive and
That's
for them
right.
to think. Oh, no, them seeing this whole plan going according to the Most High, going according to the Bible. For them to think them say you are winning the end, them are serious spirit of deception.
Satan and all laughing.
Yeah, them laughing at them. Yeah.
That's right. Continue verse 8, and it says, And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all powers and signs and lying wonders. We just speak about it just now, devils working miracles. This wicked Esau Edom, this is the one who Lord gonna come out and destroy. You could go back and bring all the Ezekiel. Yeah, go on. Can I bring that out?
Actually, Psalms.
Can. Oh yeah, bring Psalms. But let me finish Ezekiel first.
Ezekiel 20:3, Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There's no secret that they can hide from me. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding thou hast gotten the riches, hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
That's right. And with the scripture speak about true they go forth, I think is Micah, go back the covered fields.
Micah 2.
Can.
The Micah 2 chapter 2 and verse 1. Yeah. One tell them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
That's right.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress man and his house, even man and his heritage.
Right, and through all these wars that Esau Edom have won, because basically she said, as the scripture says, she said that queen untouched, right? She haven't been conquered, right? So basically them on top, the Lord gave them the blessing of the sword, and they used this blessing to conquer the nations and get all these riches through, as the precept go down into it here in Ezekiel 28, through the traffic, through slavery, right? They got the riches, right? And through the lies also, right? Also lying onto this one, lying onto that one, making bargains here, making bargains there. And when they come forth and the other nations fulfill the bargain, right? These wicked heathens and them flipping the switch. Continue up.
By thy great Ezekiel 20 and 5, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
That's right. And your heart lift up, your mind, right? You get proud now. You feel like, hey, I catch this one, do I catch it here, boy? So yeah, because Jakes could have tested this in small levels, right? When you feel like you're going to get a bargain on something, you come to buy something, and a man like, hey, I want 500 for that, I want 1,000 for that, and you beat them down, and end up gaining a tree, get for 300. What is going on? Right? Hey, boy, why you buy that for 300, boy?
I have years experience on the fish market.
Come on.
We just go in there now, $20 a pound. Okay,
Come on.
selling that
And if you let's think about it, years after decades, they continually getting through with every single thing they want, right? That is exactly what's gonna happen. They start to get proud.
Get more proud.
More,
Proud,
yeah,
more proud.
they get more proud. They can bring out the Psalms.
The Psalms 64 and 6, right? They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search.
So, read from 5.
5, yeah, from 5, yeah, on point.
Yeah. And the Psalm 64 and 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
The Lord seen him. The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom.
That's right.
The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And he sees everything. Sure.
Right, and Lucky, you might also bring precept earlier on. The first precept we start with was what? Psalms 10, right? They set in snares for these two-thirds are also the elect, but they ain't gonna catch the elect, right? And these evil devices, the wicked devices, they been thinking of since way back then, and some of them they now bringing out, and some of them ain't even bring out yet. Go on.
64 and 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
Going back to the same the project I tell you about how they end up trying to weigh out the soul. Right? These are a lot of things basically when it comes to make a nuclear weapon, to make these nukes, to make missiles. I can't even start to think about how to make these things.
I know one said we grew up around Jakes. That's some Jakes can come to Titi.
That's right.
That's some kids that come to Titi. You telling me you tap into the point where you want to wear a man's suit.
That's right.
You know to mix nitrogen with this chemical and that chemical to
Come on.
cause fire to come out and
That's right.
Like sources.
That is some serious sorcery. And even like you say simple as your body. You don't know how much veins you have in your body. You understand? Meaning how much arteries, which part of your heart is, which part of your lungs is.
How you could feel your nerve in your left hand by touching a certain point on your foot.
Let's imagine this. Them taking this little device. Let me say it may be not even an inch. I can't say how big it is.
I think it's 10 millimeters.
10 millimeters.
They send one to China. Like one a small chip. They send one to China. It was about, I think it was 10 millimeters. And China watch it. China examine it and send it back to them. And send back a smaller chip to them.
That just show how these heathens is. The Lord said the wiser than Daniel. They're basically making this thing to control your whole nervous system, your whole brain, to control your whole body. Because I always say this anytime I do not video with the MOTV, it goes back to the song I Wake Up on Chris Brown body, Freaky Friday with Chris Brown and these other freaking Lil Lucky and them, right? All these other wicked jigs, right? And when they brought forth the video concerning if you want to be a pilot and you don't know nothing about a pilot skill, as a fisherman, but I want to fly a plane. I tap into the brain chip here, so bow, right, and go into this pilot's brain memories, every single thing, and I know every single thing what to do because in my everything is in split of a second. Right? Simple as how AI doing everything. You can ask Gemini any AI a question and answer it for you on spot on the point.
There's some things we gotta delve deep. We gotta go in libraries, read books.
That's
You gotta
right.
diligence, search on the internet. Just ask AI that same one question and get a whole list of
Second
the
later,
answers.
second later.
That's right. So this is how it going to be with that device. You just tap in and in split of a second you basically know what to do. Right? So these wicked heathens, they don't want your body. They don't know once they get that chip in you, pow, full
Yeah.
control.
If you ever watch a movie,
Get
this
out.
Get Out.
Get out.
If you ever
Remember
watch
that?
a movie, they
Ain't too
could
sure.
take me, man, brain
You never
out
watch
the
Get
bo-
Out?
You never watch
Nah.
Get Out?
I
Nah.
ain't too sure. I don't know what's
You
that
get
one.
Have to watch
Yeah, I
it.
don't watch that too.
Oh, is that a while back? How long ago?
2017.
2017, yeah. That this black man use, well, so-called black man, in the Israelite, go with this Edomite working woman.
And she carrying down by the family to have a...
Yes, Jacob, that's
She
that same movie.
yeah, she carrying down by she family to have a picnic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently what she family was doing was she and all the other members of the family was bringing Jake Psyche himself into the family, into that same picnic for them to kidnap the man and cut out the top layer of his brain.
And look
No,
up
he
that
brain, and no,
skull.
cut out the top layer of his skull and switch his brain with an ex-Edomite man brain. So the Edomite man could dwell inside that Jake body, and that Jake would have to dwell inside the Edomite man body. Think about that. That is heights.
And die.
That is heights. And
That is
them
shit.
searching all that.
So you don't want to search, don't need good things. That is show they made a diligent search.
And I inspired too, because one of the brethren in the show, is that he one brethren in the show, it's we call he elect, but he's the only man telling him from his side, hey boy, go around these fuckers, they're looking to fuck you up. He said exactly what them was going to do, but the brethren played it off like a joke. Because he said, nah, this could never happen. This here could never happen.
Yeah, and watch it when you end up. I don't watch that movie. I advise you watch
That movie, that movie to watch.
Can.
But they're intense.
No.
They're intense on that.
Nah,
I want to bring out the Revelation 13:16.
that's what it.
Yeah. We're going 13:16 and bring out the 14.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. Right. And great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right. And you know when you go into that word mark, you always do that go into what? Charagma, right? Which is an imprinted mark of servitude, right? And there's also saying metaphorically a badge of servitude to the Antichrist, right? When they go into that word now, when the Strong's definition is going to what? The Karax, right? And the Karax is a pale or a palisade, right? So the Karax is the device in which you're going to use to administer the Karagma onto, right? So the Karax could be what I know how they do it. If you're doing it to the brain chip, I don't know, you might have a cut off on the person head and all kind of
Can, that's a
I must say,
a small fragment of a skull.
to cut out. Yes, yeah, probably it's called is a dime size hole in your head. Right, a dime size hole in your head, cut out that, right? In place the Karagma with the Karax, right? So that bitch back up, boom, them a control over you there.
So back up.
Well, I know how
It's still, but you see anything protruding out of the man's head, boy.
I don't know how there's what they aim to do to sew that back up, but right, let me see. In their right hand or in their foreheads, right to the foreheads, go back to the brain chip, the right hand go back into the same way a vaccination will take place. Same way they're gonna do it in the right hand.
Because I'm sure, you know, this your right hand, any part of your body. Because you say you're playing tag with markers. If I mark you in any part of your body, you get marked. It don't matter where you go, you get marked.
Yeah, but
Right hand is going into your dominant hand.
but what did they say is when you do your research is why you don't want to put it
It's
in
in
your
right
forehead
hand.
or your right hand
Because
because
then it's the hottest part of your body. Then we'll keep the chip
Can.
warm.
yeah,
warm.
that
We'll
is
keep the
charge your
warm.
chip.
Yeah.
Guys, keep so the chip won't die. You want to put it in your right hand or in your forehead to charge it.
That's right.
With 17, and that no man, right? Because you know the IUIC, that other groups out here saying is sin is sleeping with white women there's an embargo. All of them things falls
You
because
don't
when
know
they
what
go
they're
to
saying
this,
it is now. I can't remember what they're saying it was the other day. They change it again.
them changing it a lot. But verse 17 has proved that it can never be any of them things here as well. And that no man might buy or sell. How you gonna buy or sell sleeping with one woman?
That's right.
How you gonna
As
do that?
Candace say, where is the infrastructure? Right? Where's the infrastructure in, let me say, sin being MOTB? You can't buy with sin, you can't sell with
So how you
sin.
gonna barter with I sin 5 times today? Give me one more for bread.
That's right.
And I'm
Making
making
no
no
sense.
sense. Beautiful because the infrastructure. You seen all this infrastructure set up for a digital system where they want to head to.
That's right.
For what they calling the fourth industrial revolution. Them planning for all of that. But John and them bypass seeing that vision and the prophets and them. We say no I'm watching we taking place in the earth today. No, fuck all of that and it's see with white woman.
Tell us no gonna see.
That makes no sense.
What John and them was seeing?
Beautiful. If John, because the Lord revealed the future unto all of the prophets, right? Let we say, let we give IUIC for argument's sake the benefit of the doubt what I'm saying is MOTB, right? So currently, all of this will take place in the earth. Which part of the vision is that?
Which part is that?
Because we say in this part of the vision is the MOTB being implemented in the earth today, right? Which part of the vision, if this is not the MOTB, which part of the vision we using right
If
now?
I get the Jaffet rulership, man. Don't forget that's the Jaffet rulership. Don't forget that. John see Esau rulership, but John see Esau rulership, but if I get Jaffet out of you first.
I forget about that, so like.
Utter nonsense.
This is madness. See, right? That no man might buy or sell, right? So you're seeing what they're setting up in the earth today to surround around buying and selling the captain and all
No,
of
they
these
say
local
when you go
camp.
to the bank, they see all forms of money. Last year, see was what? Dollar, sorry, the phone, the bank card, and then what? Check.
So you see, all of the infrastructure in the world right now setting up to lead it to what? The chip. So it have to be the chip.
Cashless
Cash
society.
beautiful. Cash. You cannot implement a cashless society by sleeping with white women. That's happening in the earth today already. That not making no
I
sense.
tell anybody to go to white women now when fucking rich or poor. That
Wait,
don't
then-
make no sense.
So then the MOTB was established years ago. If it was sleep with white women, if it was sin, if it was the Sunday law, then it was
Sunday, Lord, sir.
that what they were saying. Also that the Sunday law.
No, not going to church on Sunday.
Yeah, no, going to church on Sunday is basically the MOTB. That makes no sense.
Madness.
That makes no sense. So
But then everybody have it now.
come on. These jakes that they show as the scripture say they're not gonna
They
endure
are
sound
masters on
yeah, also that but they're not gonna endure sound doctrine. Right? So they hear the truth speaking over and over in here and it's like they can't they can't get it.
Says that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the
Okay.
number of his name.
That's right.
Revelation 14, I want to every snap, verse
8,
see it,
8, 9.
8, 9, 10. Revelation 14 and verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations to drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, and the third angel is the man of the Lord. If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yershai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb Yahushai. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Is the patience and faith of the saints, that they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. So anytime you want to take that mark, this is going to contain, you're going to burn. As the scripture says, Isaiah 9 and 19, the flesh of the skin will be the fuel for the fire.
That's right.
So you're going to take that. You're going to take that. See what I'm doing.
So, Lord, well, this video was edifying, and that you all were edified. It goes in like Sekal Kalalium La,
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakodash.
Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing this doctrine in all sincerity and in truth, for giving us this doctrine in all sincerity and in truth. As always, we say Shalom to the elect.
Shalom Bakarium.